We're hearing from the attorney representing a woman who filed a notice of claim accusing the former Buffalo Public School superintendent and a board member of sexual harassment and abuse of power.
All of this comes after Dr. Pascal Mubenga resigned without warning Monday, less than 1 year into his 4-year contract. Our Rob Petrie spoke to the victim's lawyer. Rob?
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Dave and Kelsey. A notice of claim was filed by the district's chief equity and governance officer, Antoinette Amos, alleging that she received unwanted sexual advances by the former superintendent and a sitting board member, Louis Mookie Hawkins.
They put her at risk, and this is aggressive sexual harassment, and this is only months ago. Our client has chosen to stand up for herself and to make her voice be heard.
Former Buffalo Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Pascal Mubenga and Sitting Board of Education member Louis Mookie Hawkins, both named in a notice of claim, accusing them both of sexually harassing the district's chief equity and governance officer, Antoinette Amos. I spoke to the attorney representing her, who described the nature of the allegations against Mubenga.
Claim there are instances of forcible, unwanted touching, forcible, unwanted kissing, displaying of sexual paraphernalia, unwanted messages, invitations, and against one of the school board members, retaliation.
The claim provided to News 4 highlighting a number of instances of the alleged sexual harassment, which, according to the notice, occurred over the course of months and started shortly after Mubenga was hired last August, continuing through July 13th of this year, subjecting Amos to a, quote, escalating pattern of unwelcome sexual advances and unconsented physical touching.
We felt it was important to be as thorough as possible with these allegations, to put the school district on notice early that this was documented, that this was complained of, and in many instances witnessed by third parties.
One of the incidents, according to the notice of claim, occurred back on March 5th when Mubenga, quote, summoned claimant to his office, told her he was in love with her, and as she attempted to leave, came around his desk, seized her right hand, and forced it onto his genitals, stating, "See what you do to me?" The claim then states Amos pulled her hand away and left.
The forcible touching is an escalation by someone who feels comfortable in abusing their power.
Separately, Amos claimed board member Hawkins engaged in, quote, unwelcome, sexually charged, and thereafter hostile and threatening conduct towards Amos and other female district employees.
I think he needs to be held accountable, whatever form that takes, whether it's personal accountability or accountability enforced on him by the rest of the board. I think something needs to be done.
On February 4th of this year, Amos claims she drove Hawkins to his vehicle, during which he allegedly, quote, leaned back, spread his legs, rubbed the inside of his thigh, and stated, "Tackle me," and thereafter sent claimant a text message stating, "I'm glad you didn't tackle me." The next day, Amos reported what happened between her and Hawkins, according to the notice of claim, which states Mubenga, quote, brushed the report aside, responding to the effect of, "Don't let Mookie steal my girl."
I think the two together maybe felt as though there would be no accountability. So this notice of claim is sending a message to the school board that this type of behavior is not allowed.
Okay, so a notice of claim, what is that? Well, it's a statutory requirement prior to commencing litigation against any municipal entities in the state of New York. So that's what becomes before a lawsuit. And we are still trying to reach both Dr. Mubenga and board member Hawkins for comment. Meanwhile, Buffalo Public Schools issuing us the following statement saying the district, quote, does not comment on pending or potential litigation. Reporting live here in studio, Rob Petrie, News 4.
Meanwhile, our questions to members of the board have largely gone unanswered until this morning. Board member Eric Bowen defended his district while also condemning these allegations.
Have faith in the Buffalo Public Schools. I think we are in the right direction. I'm in the schools almost every single day during the week, a different school in my district. I represent the Park District. They are good schools. We have great leaders, we have great teachers, and the kids are great. Why are we here? We're here for the kids. Let's tune out this nonsense and let's all start acting like adults, because right now, it's not happening.
The president of the Buffalo Teachers Federation, Richard Nigro, is also speaking out tonight. He says the union is alarmed and disgusted by the accusations against Mubenga and Hawkins. He says in part the standard response to such reports of sexual harassment would typically result in the accused individual being placed on administrative leave while the claims are investigated. This did not occur, and because it did not occur, it is cause for serious concern. Nigro says the district and board must be fully transparent and hold all members and employees accountable.